What up? Making my pick. Actually, out of the stage. What's up, Spencer? How are you?
Hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing, Jason?
Good. Another busy night of draft attic action for you out there, huh?
It sure was. It was a really good draft tonight, too. Really good show with Brad.
You had a lot of guys in there. You had maybe half that draft was people who were watching your stream.
We did. It was awesome. It was awesome. Man. That's really cool. The second one, I think it was over half of the people.
Yeah, man. That's great engagement, man. And that's got to be fun. That's like sitting around a table drafting with you know, kind of like that in the modern world with the chat and everything and the guests that you have and like that kind of stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, man, it is. It's super fun. I'm loving it. I am loving doing the drafts over there on Draft Addicts, and definitely looking forward to keeping it going. I've talked about my DC a few times in there as well because I can't help but it.
I think the Draft Addict, the stuff I'm learning from you and Best Ball is kind of informing some moves I make in the DC, and maybe some ways I see some players that I won in the past. But the more information, the better information.
Yeah, absolutely. We can never learn enough, and we can never think about it because there's always something to tweak. This sheet is prime example number one. There is always something you can tweak or learn every day.
And it seems like there's always a slightly different angle or a different perspective or parallax. You can see the same stuff through. That's really what concentrating on this year, especially getting the dialogue up and kind of trying to learn how other people see it and how they talk about it as well.
Yeah, buddy. And I'll tell you, it's so crazy doing this and drafting these and then immediately switching over here. And I'm like, okay, we're in round 24. This is pick 357.
Right.
How do I get back into the DC mindset? And I'm looking here and I am really looking at what to do as far as my hitter versus pitcher. Not the players, but like which position to take with this pick. Hitter versus pitcher. I am sitting, me and you both, we have 9 pitchers. Right. That's not too far behind the rest of this room. Almost everyone's at 9 with one team who's gone way over. They have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. One team has 14 pitchers already. I would argue that that's a bit excessive for this point, but that's what he's doing.
Yeah, here's my pitchers total on the screen right here. Average team has 9.5 pitchers. So you're right. We're behind on the average. But I think both of us paid up so much on pitcher. We both have some of the best pitching staffs in the league. So
I know. That's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah.
That's why and again, I hesitate to, it's whenever I come on here and talk to you about these, I wonder, are either of these guys on the turn watching these videos?
I don't know.
And if so, pick 1 and 2. Please make your picks quicker. But but if not, I the person who I want to take, okay, the pitcher who I want to take, I bet you could guess it. Okay. I drafted him a good amount on Gladiators, and he makes sense for my team. This is about the time where I need to take him, but I might be able to push it. So I'm sitting here trying to decide, should I push this pitcher because I think I can and still get him, but I also don't want to miss out.
Well, let me just tell you before, just to be honest with you here, okay? Because I'm going to get my guy on the next pick because I'm going to pick Victor Caratini because I'm getting nervous about the catcher.
And I'm not doing that. That's a good pick. So
yeah, and I know you're not going to do that because you got your other catcher. I'm going to get Caratini, so I'll just tell you that. But on my next pick, I will be picking a starting pitcher.
Okay. I'm not looking at starter. I'm looking at reliever.
Okay.
With that said, if you I'll give you 3 guesses. If you can guess the reliever that I want within 3, I'll tell you.
Ooh, let me see. Is it showing on my sheet right here? Or are you going way off?
It's hard for me to see, but yes, I see his name. He is showing on your sheet.
Then I'm going to guess you're going Kirby Yates.
Nope. 0 for 1.
0 for 1. Huh. Man, are you going Estrada on the ratios?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have Mason Miller, so it's insurance.
Oh, that's great. That's great. And if you know what, if I would have looked at your team and you had Mason Miller, I we were talking about my last pick was basically was the same thing. Grant Taylor, 100 strikeouts and ratios and chances at saves and wins, whatever. That's the exact pick I made on Grant Taylor right there. And when I pulled that up earlier in the Discord, I pulled up Grant Taylor, I pulled up Jeremiah Estrada, and I pulled up the stat line also for Brian Abreu. And that's basically the same player. The same player. So I think what you were talking about yesterday about having to make sure you get good innings, value innings, ratio innings with some possibility, that's really the right pick to make there. I like that kind of arm.
But you see what I'm saying, where I think I know that you're not going to take him.
No.
So it's just the 1 and 2. And I don't think that the 1 or 2 would take him based off of their teams. So looking at the roster grid, pick 2 has Hader. That's it. So it doesn't feel like he's like a guy who would be like, oh, I'm looking at taking Jeremiah Estrada here. To me, if he was going to take a reliever, he'd probably try to get a more clear path to saves like Vodnik, right?
Well, didn't Vodnik got taken?
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
did I miss
somebody
it?
Saw that. Somebody did that Team 13.
You're right.
Saves.
You're right. That happened. I must have just happened earlier.
Hey man,
okay.
somebody just took Jojo Romero, so that kind of puts on radar saves for people.
It's possible. Tanner Scott's there. You mentioned Kirby Yates, or there's the other Angels guy. They're both there.
Yeah.
There's other ones that could be drafted but man, it's just that's because I really don't want to miss out on him. However, if I do miss out on him, I don't think it's the end of the world. And the thing is, from a ADP perspective and from of who's fell, here's why I'm saying I just don't know that I can make it with this pick. I am working a way around why I should not just grab Zach McKinstry and take the fall of him with his third short and outfield eligibility and the fact that it goes to my bench. I don't need him. It's not a starter. So his 3 position eligibility, his speed with decent power and average, now this is all assuming he can do what he did last year. But man, that's the one, because I could use, like I said, I could use him as an outfield backup, corner or middle. I still don't have a backup second, but there's plenty of seconds that I can take.
I'll be honest with you. If I get Carantini, if you don't take McKinstry and I get Carantini and they take my starter, I would take McKinstry on the backside.
Okay.
He is that guy. Even though I have Colt Keith, I would kind of like pair him with Colt Keith.
Yeah.
And just say, F it.
Honestly, if I was you, I would have wanted to do that because that's what I'm sitting here thinking. And I was looking at it right before we hopped on here, because like I said, I just finished that stream and then went and looked and saw I was up and let me just say one more thing about McKinstry. Yeah, tell me your final verdict.
It's not really about McKinstry. I'll just say I think Matt Vreeling is over. I think if Matt Vreeling is over, then McKinstry gets another 75 at-bats, another 50 at-bats, something like that. And I think if he got that, I think he's a good player. I just don't think he's ever going to get the opportunity to play every day and really straighten it out. But I think another 50 at-bats, and he has that would give him 420 some at-bats and give him 10 home runs. That's a good – if you're looking flexibility, that's a great DC pick. I'm just not sure what your preference is, but yeah, McKinstry definitely on radar here. Definitely on radar. And I think this projection is probably going to be a little bit low for him. So.
Yeah. And we were talking about too, how, you had mentioned yesterday about how talking about these guys, how they would mean for gladiator picks. Well, I've done it. I've drafted McKinstry. I've drafted Jeremiah Estrada. I took those guys on some gladiator teams. Now, right. Estrada more than McKinstry, but I can go back and look. I'm pretty sure I took McKinstry at minimum 2 times, if not 3 or 4. So he's at least a 5 to 10% owned guy for me. Estrada was probably more like 5 to 6 times I took, so about double probably. Anyway, point is, you saying all of this solidifies I'm going to go Zach McKinstry. And I feel very good with this pick. I'm clicking the button.
Oh man, I mean, I am gonna always talk about flexibility. That's you. Like I said, I would have taken him on the backside. I had considered taking him if Caratini was gone. I probably would have taken him. Wanted to have been targeting McKinstry there, but now I'm going to take Caratini for sure. That's a good pick, Zach McKinstry. I
Well,
think he kind of got lost in the sauce last year with the ascendance of Colt Keith and the trying to get Matt Vreeling to come back from that injury, and kind of like maybe not kind of knowing what they had in McKinstry, that they could put him in and get those bags and that impact in the glove. So maybe this year they give him a little more rope. And like I say, give him 50 more at-bats to that projection, and that's a hell of a pick in a DC.
yeah, well, buddy, I appreciate it. And I hope so. I really do. I agree with you. And I hope that it works out. Here's the good thing. Even if he doesn't work out, it's not like this pick will lose the league for me. This is my bench. And also, it's an ADP fall based off of, I'm looking in the last 15 drafts. McKinstry's ADP's 346, and this was pick 357.
And let me tell you, I've been a Tigers fan. I've found my way to being a Tigers fan in the last 5 or 6 years. And McKinstry's going to play at the end of the year, man. And that's when they're going to be looking for at-bats. And that's when you're going to be glad that you have second, short, and outfield availability at-bats there. And a dude who's he'll have some counters at the end. He'll get you some steals. And I feel like I'm always chasing steals at the end of the season anyway. So I really think that's a good pick in terms of roster usage. You're going to, you know what, bookmark that one and come back to the end of the season and be like, what am I getting from McKinstry here? And I think you're going to be happy with that.
I'm writing it down.
I'm typing in Victor Caratini, and I'm going to draft him right now because despite our conversation on catchers going a different route with the power catcher, I'm going to go Caratini here because he doesn't hurt you that bad on average. Where did I have his average projection was? I'm going to go Caratini just because I'm a little nervous, and I think maybe I might go 3 catchers, dude. I might do something crazy like go Caratini and another catcher later on that nobody really likes. So we'll see how that works out.
I don't hate it at all.
Yeah, I just drafted him. He is on my team. Cool. All right. Well, that's good work, man. I guess now, like you were saying, these guys is going to take them another 10 hours to make their picks.
Yeah, very well. It'd be during the football game tomorrow. We'll get a mid-Super Bowl pick in.
Hey, I was going to say, who's going to be the Super Bowl timeout pick? Who's going to time out in the Super Bowl? So.
Oh gosh, I know. Well, I do want to tell you, I just pulled up my Caratini page. Just because I was thinking, has he been good for 2 years in a row? Because he used to suck. Okay,
right.
He's an old guy who's been around for a long time, and he was useless for fantasy. But right. I know he was really, really good last year, and I was trying to remember if it was 2 years in a row. He's actually been pretty darn solid for 3 years in a row. Even going back to 23, it was 23 with Milwaukee where it was a pretty solid enough season, and then he built on that. And then last year built on that. So he's going to be 32. I said he's older. He's not. That's not that old.
That's not that old.
I mean, geez, 32 is actually relatively young. So yeah, no, I definitely like the
look. And if you look at who gets the DH at bats in front of him, it's another catcher. It's Josh Bell, who's old, and Larnach, who's gonna get those on off days because of his righty lefty split situation. And they've got Caratini down for 10% of the DH at bats because I did do a little diligence on it, and I guess that's what I looked into the fan graphs or whatever. It went a little further, and yeah, I guess you're exactly right. I did see the value there. I didn't look over the last 3 seasons, but yeah, he's serviceable. And like we were talking about, not wanting to get hit with a batting average with catcher. Like the batting average doesn't even hurt you, so you can.
No, that's what I'm getting 3 years in a row where you can project a good solid 250, 255, and you can get the 260. So yeah, man. No, that's why I'm like, no, I do agree. That's a good pick there. And Minnesota went out and got him and signed him. And Minnesota, like you said, they kind of suck. They don't have a good lineup, so there's going to be plenty of opportunity. So the fact that he was desired, right, and there's opportunity. Christian Vasquez is gone. Right. Ryan Jeffers is not an everyday catcher.
That's a good point on it's a good point to realize what catcher they replaced with him, because that they gave Vasquez that run yesterday to be that last year to be that guy, so they didn't have to play Jeffers all the time, and it didn't work out for him. So
no, they've had Vasquez for several years now.
Yeah,
last like 3, I think.
Yeah, it didn't work for him last year, so
no, it's not worked for a couple. Vasquez hasn't been good for a while. But I really like that. Yeah. And now you're looking at starting pitcher. Let's just real briefly talk about what we're looking at moving around.
Okay.
So you're looking at starter. Now, I have like 8 starters queued. Now, is the starter you're looking at? I'm looking up here. Is he check marked on your list?
Let me see. Yeah, he is. He's check marked here.
Okay.
He's check marked.
So, I mean, do you want me to say anything?
Yeah, go ahead.
About it? Is it Tolly or Ronaldo? Is it Ronaldo?
It's Ronaldo.
Yeah.
It's Ronaldo.
So why I was about to say if it was Tolly, it's like this is your bench pick as well. So do you want to have someone to wait on because Tolly almost for sure is not going to start the year, or do you want to have someone that you can get from the beginning? And I'm assuming you've looked this up because I haven't. Is the most recent word that Ronaldo is going to be back for spring training? Because I have not looked up what his injury return status is because he's not been on my radar in anything.
So you know what? I would have looked that up before I made the pick to double check it. I'm not up on when he is returning from that.
Yeah, check that out.
I'm looking it up right now.
Maybe he's back in spring and he's fine, but I have not looked, so I couldn't tell you. He's just not been on my radar.
Well, I'll tell you the other guy who's on my radar here in terms of a starter is Tyler Mahle.
Yeah.
I might take him on the change of scenery out there in San Francisco. I know that sounds lame to say that.
He's one of my queued guys.
Yeah.
Now, Texas, where he came from, obviously we've talked about it. Texas being such an awesome pitching park, so he's going to a good pitching park in San Fran from a good pitching park in Texas. So, and he's got durability issues. Ronaldo is a good pitcher, I would say. I feel fairly confident saying that, but also durability issues. But what does it say? Sorry, did you just say it and I missed it?
I can't get my internet to work. My kids are watching too much TV right now.
I got you.
My Fangraphs, Fangraphs sometimes is giving me
Ronaldo Lopez injury status. I'm going to Google that. Let's see what Google AI tells me. As of early February, Braves Ronaldo Lopez is expected to be ready for start of spring training without restrictions following 2025 right shoulder inflammation and subsequent arthroscopic surgery. He was throwing live batting practice in late 25 and is projected to be in the starting rotation. So that tells me, at least as far as the Google AI overview, that tells me enough of saying like, okay, Ronaldo is going to be pitching. And because the thing is, we're going to know soon, right? We're going to know very soon. Within the next week to 2 weeks, we will see Ronaldo Lopez out there, and we will not be a guess. So, I think that he's a good pick. But if he goes, Molly's a good pick. And honestly, if they both go, you could take again. This is the bench. You could take Peyton Toley and sit on him. I mean, you could do it.
I mean, I might at that point, if I don't have my top guys there, I might go to somewhere else. I might have to go to Jonathan India. You know what I'm saying?
That's a three. I just did it with McKinstry, right? Yeah. India could be the same thing. Yeah. He didn't steal last year, but I think they've talked about trying to have him steal more this year.
Yeah. I mean, I know they don't want him on that team ultimately or whatever, but they're going to play him. And if they're even halfway decent, they're going to see the value in him. And he can hit for a little bit. So I got options coming back to me there, but who are you looking at on the backside there? Just a reliever you talked about earlier, or are you going to have any pivot?
If Estrada goes, because I'm sure it's going to be Estrada, okay? Right. I'm going to have a really hard time passing his name versus anyone else.
Right.
But I texted you this earlier, and I think you missed it. because you didn't specifically respond back to this, but I'm glad because now I can ask you here in person.
Okay. My bad.
No, you're good. You're good. It was during the midst of a convo.
Okay.
What do you think about Robert Stevenson? You mentioned Kirby Yates earlier, but here's the thing. I was listening to, I think it was Bubba and Bloom talking about closers last night. I think it was them, and mentioning the fact that Robert Stevenson's the highest paid Angels reliever, or like one of the highest paid relievers. Like, he's getting so much money. He's in the last year of a 3-year deal.
Okay.
And he's getting paid a ton, and he's been hurt the first 2 years of the deal. So on roster resource, they've got Kirby Yates, Robert Stevenson mixed in. But Robert Stevenson, again, he's been hurt for the first 2 years. And he literally was signed, because you know TDK, that Stevenson has been a thing since he was a prospect.
Right. They signed him.
He was a big prospect for the Cincinnati Reds as a starting pitcher, okay?
I'm looking at it right now, yeah.
And he was gonna be so good, right? But then it didn't happen. He was a bust. So he busted, he gets hurt. He then gets moved to the bullpen. He goes to Tampa, right? Has a monster season in Tampa, but then gets hurt. Was it Tampa? Are you looking at his thing?
I'm looking at it right now.
3 years ago in 23. Was it Pittsburgh, Tampa?
It was, it says 2 teams. I can't see it.
Pittsburgh, Tampa.
Yeah.
I think it's Pittsburgh, Tampa.
And he did have a big year in 23.
I'm going to look it up. Gosh dang it. I think that's it.
I can't get the Fangraphs to show me which teams it was.
It's okay. I got it. I'm on it.
All right. I'll look. I'll
yes, it was Pittsburgh. It was Pittsburgh, Tampa. I was right. It was Pittsburgh, Tampa. And he had a big year that year. So here it is. Yeah. He had a 3.22 ERA. He had a .87 whip. He had 77 Ks in 52 innings. And that season, 3.10 ERA. I said 3.22 earlier. That was his FIP. I was looking at 3.10 ERA. But again, that great whip. The Ks per 9 was 13.2. Okay.
So that's sturdy.
So he was really good. But he then signs the big contract to be the closer for the Angels. He gets hurt, missed the whole season. Last year, he didn't come back until the end of the year, only pitched 10 innings. Now that I've said all of this, is he the better bet for saves? Since I have Mason Miller, should I rather take the extra potential saves that from Stevenson versus the better pitcher or better arm that I think Estrada is, and this fact Estrada is a handcuff? Because speaking of handcuff, if I did take Stevenson, I could still get Yates based off of ADP 3 rounds from now, based off of ADP.
That's what I was gonna say, because you don't want to go 2 relievers that close to get. Maybe you do. Your team is nice and flexible.
Maybe I do. If it's 3 rounds from now, not the next 2, but then the next time.
Well, I mean, is that Stevenson? Is he gonna fall? How many relievers have been taken? Now somebody will snatch up Stevenson.
Oh, yeah. From the big go around. I mean, between when it comes back to me here. After the 1-2 and then you.
Yeah, no, I mean, even on that, I mean, are you saying would you rather take Robert Stevenson on the hopes that he's like some type of full-time closer because they signed him to the contract, they're going to give him the shot, it's going to finally work out for him, it's going to be what it's supposed to be, and the Angels are going to like it, and Robert Stevenson's going to be like, oh man, if I would have taken him in the 10th round, it would still be value? Or are you going to take Jeremiah Estrada to get yourself a sure thing of a handcuff and 90 strikeouts and good ratios that you could play every day in your lineup?
Yes,
so
sir.
That's a tough choice right there. I go with handcuff because, and I guess I would go with, but what you're saying about Stevenson with the contract makes it tough. Makes it tough because what you said there, that narrative you laid out is exactly the thing that you hear about. This guy is going to give this guy every chance to do this thing. And that's exactly what you laid out there. I don't know. I still lean handcuff, especially on the Mason Miller and the team value. It's the Padres versus the Angels. I I don't know when you talk about Estrada and a handcuff, you got any hate for Morhone? Morhone, however you say that name, Adrian Morhone. He might get some saves in there for you.
Oh yeah,
San
no,
Diego.
his name is on the list, especially if I get Estrada for later. Now I haven't looked at his ADP. Let's go check it out as we speak. So over the last 15
I'm a big handcuff
drafts,
guy. I'm looking at the handcuffs for both of my closers, and now that I got my third guy, which is what you're saying is, because I got my third guy who could maybe be a closer in Grant Taylor, but now I'm going to handcuff my closers. So I believe you should do both, but you're saying should I do it first? I don't know. I don't know.
Here's what I can do. So theoretically, okay, listen to this theoretically. Adrian Morjon, whatever. Adrian Morjon. He is ADP 483. Okay,
that's good value.
That's 100 picks over 100 picks from now.
That's great value there.
130 picks from now. Kirby Yates is he's 347, which is basically it's right now, but he's gone as high as 304, but as low as 435. Yes. Okay, so it just depends on the draft, and my guess is that the higher ones are probably people who tried to pair Yates and Stevenson together. Okay, this is just an assumption based off of what I would assume other drafters probably have done in these last 15 drafts. Now, if Stevenson, his is not Tyler Stevenson, Robert Stevenson. He's gone as high as 223, as low as 402. So he's got a 331. So basically, Stevenson is the better value from a last 15 drafts perspective.
Right.
It says take Stevenson, hope that Yates falls. And if Yates does fall, then good. I have both of them. And then I could still add more, John, 100 picks from now. And then that'd be it. I could just literally have those relievers.
Those would be your 5 relievers.
That's really all I need. And if I wanted to add one more, could be a Brewer. I have Abner Uribe. I could add
the guy who got all the holds last year. What's his name? He's super good at holds. I had him in a holds league. He's a good pitcher.
First name that I thought of is gone. There it is. Koenig. Okay. Jared Koenig.
Yeah.
Koenig.
Yeah.
Okay.
Funny last name. Yeah, he's a good pitcher, man.
So, and the thing is, I like Aaron Ashby too, but I think that Jared Koenig is the best. So anyway, point is, I bet his. Let's just real quick look at his
700.
Koenig. Yeah. Yes. As low as 744, high of 686. So I could literally take him at the end.
Yeah, if you felt like, let me just throw this dart here, that would be the dart you threw.
So with all of this said, I think that talking this out with you now, I think that if Stevenson makes it to my next pick, I do take him over Estrada. And who knows? Maybe Estrada even falls all the way back around because no one else has Mason Miller. So it's not like he's a handcuff for anyone else. So just because if I did that, it's not like I'm guaranteeing myself to not get Estrada.
I didn't even want to talk about the no-no, but you might get Estrada to come all the way back to you.
So maybe that's what my plan is. I take Stevenson, Estrada's my fallback, and then that's the plan. If Estrada makes it, I bounce them back-to-back rounds. And then if not, then maybe I take Yates next and I go 3 straight rounds of relievers. Wow. And then, like I said, maybe I'm just done. I'm not saying I'm going to do it, but it's possible if it falls.
When I looked at the ADPs, I was like, man, if you did that all back-to-back, you would probably be set. And you have enough flexibility where you could maybe do that. I don't know if I would recommend it. But one thing
it's not, I don't think it's smart to recommend. No. I'm just saying what maybe, and it probably won't fall that way. Let's be honest.
I would say one thing that would influence my decision is who was going to take what they got to take out in front of you. There's a lot of teams with just one position filled out here for like first base, second base. So these teams are going to be looking maybe more positions. and maybe more starters. They all have everybody in front of you going out there. If you were to take Stevenson and let Estrada go back, everybody has 2 relievers, and they have they have already spent on pitching out in front of you. So you might be able to get a. I would go 50-50 on Estrada got back to you there on the go out. That would just if I was to be thinking about that as influencing my decision as well. Yeah, I might take a chance on that guy coming back to me.
Oh boy, these are the decisions of DCs. Don't you love making them?
Hey, it did not work out for me last time when I tried to take Bo Naylor. Tried to let Bo Naylor come back, got sniped right from out from underneath. It did not work with Chris Bubik. You know what I'm saying? He got taken out from underneath me. But you just gotta be. Addison Barger got taken out from underneath me. You just gotta work it anyway.
And if they both go, okay, guess what? We pivot. I take outfield or I take starting pitcher. Who cares? I'll make it work.
Yeah, no. If they both go, then you would go for one of those starters. You would go like one of the starters. I didn't go for a Male or Lopez or whoever went by there. Yeah,
absolutely.
That's the right DC attitude to have. And that's the attitude you have when you have Zach McKinstry on your team. I can do anything.
Yeah, baby. Woo! Love it.
Anyway, enjoy the Super Bowl tomorrow, man.
Yeah,
you
too, bud.
You gotta wake up early and go get these avocados for the 7-layer dip. But other than that, it should be nice and relaxing. You got a dog in that fight or?
No.
Okay, me neither.
So my dog in the fight is I dislike the Patriots, so I'm trying to think of the nicest way to say this. Screw the Patriots.
Fine. That's fine.
So I will go with Sammy D and the Seahawks, but no, I don't really care. If the Patriots win, that's fine. I actually like Drake May. I like Drake May a lot. I just don't like the Patriots because I hated Tom Brady and Bill Belichick for all the 20 plus years. Right. So it's not like I can just flip into liking the Patriots, even though I really like Drake May. I think Drake May is awesome.
He's a pretty good player. I'm not even a football guy, but he's on my, he's making good plays this year kind of radar. I will say this, as I did a little look at it, I think it's going to be a good, entertaining game.
I'm sure it will.
I think the matchup is going to lead to a very entertaining game, and that's all I really want. So,
you got people coming over?
Yeah, we're gonna. Got just the neighborhood kids coming over, barbecuing. My brother might come by. It's regular stuff.
Yep, nice. Yep, tomorrow's just a family day for me too. In my 40s, I'm not looking at going up to Super Bowl parties like I used to, but I have been to plenty a good Super Bowl party in my day. Don't get me wrong, I've had a lot of fun at some Super Bowl parties.
Trust me too. Hey man, I'm in my 50s and I got 3 kids, so I'm just at the house trying to relax out.
Bro, I can't believe you're that much older than me. I would have thought you were younger than me.
No, I'm 51, man. I was born in 74, so I'm all used up. I'm just barely hanging on.
Well, you know what? That California sun's done you well.
It's the sunshine, bro. It's the sunshine. Anyway, let's. Hey, one other comment I will say is I cannot wait for the reserve rounds to hit here. So this is a 1-hour clock, and then those guys we're just gonna have guys fall into us on autos all day. So
Yep, we will. I'll take it.
I'll take it. Anyway, man, enjoy that Super Bowl, and
all right, buddy.
The next couple of days or something, brother.
Sounds good. We'll be talking soon.
No doubt. Good picking, Spencer.
All right, bye.
Bye.